Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Today's topic: Trader's Mind, Mistakes and Solutions. In one of my last videos, I said that I would make another video, and this is that other video. We're talking about the trader's mind, mistakes and solutions, what you do before you even sit down to your terminal, your trading platform. Do you have a routine that you do before you walk into your office or to your desk, or before you pick up your phone or iPad or tablet to start trading? Because if you don't, you're making a serious mistake. Let's get into it. Mistakes. Do you have strict expectations? I mean, do you say you have to make $100 a day or $1,000 a day? Do you have to have your trading done within 30 minutes of starting? Do you have these strict expectations, somewhat unrealistic expectations that may put stress on you and may affect your trading performance for the day? The next one: do you leave self-confidence to chance? Now, depending if you're a new trader, you might be shaky because you're just afraid. This is new. This is something really perhaps threatening to you because you think, wow, I could lose a lot of money if I do this. Or if you're a trader that's been around for a while, you've probably taken your bumps and bruises and you probably have a few wins you can brag about. But if you're like most traders, you probably lack some self-confidence. You might just hesitate a second or two before you click enter to get in a trade or exit to get out of a trade. Or you might even not take the trade because you're afraid. So if you haven't done anything to pump yourself up and give you self-confidence before you enter or start your trading day, you might want to do this. Now, you might think it's ho-ho, blah, blah, rah, rah, BS. But, I mean, if you look at athletes, how they get pumped up before a game, that's all part of it. Well, trading's the same way. You have to go in there thinking you're going to win. Feeling it, not just thinking it, but feeling it. Feeling like a winner, having that confidence. The next one: getting distracted. Distractions can take on many forms. I mean, it could just be something as simple as having an email tab opened, or the room you're in has just got all kind of junk. Everywhere you look, there's something that can trigger your mind and distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. So it can be environmental distractions. It could be other distractions, such as the next one: carrying life's worries into trading. Are you thinking about your mortgage, your car payment, other bills, medical bills? Are you thinking about, what's going on at your work if you work, or what's going on with the wife or your life? I mean, if you carry these kind of worries into trading, you're going to be totally distracted and you might as well not even trade. You've got to clear your mind if you're going to trade at your best. The next one: overthinking. It happens a lot, especially to new people. You haven't developed your trading muscles, so you overthink it. It's just like any game. Baseball, you don't think about hitting, you just hit. Golf, you don't think about swinging the club, you swing. That's talks, Mark Douglas talks about that, when you get in the zone. When you're in the zone, you don't think about what you're doing, you just do it. So that's what you have to do when you trade. You have to just trade. There's no time to think. Market moves too quickly to think. You want to react. You want to react to what you know are your triggers. Once again, if you're worrying about profits and losses before you even start trading, then you've got to clear your mind. You've got to stop doing this. Now, poor or no planning. If you don't have a trading plan In other words, the reasons why you will enter a trade and the reasons why you will exit a trade, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. You're gambling because you don't have a system, you don't have a method, you don't have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to know what triggers you have. Of course, somebody could say, well, then I could just have an EA do it. Well, that's true. You can have an EA do most of it. That's why I write indicators and not EA. So the indicator says, hey, these conditions are true to enter the trade. Now it's up to me to decide, is there something else that's telling me no? Or do I just enter the trade? Psyching yourself out. Once again, if you don't think you're going to win, if you don't think you're going to profit, chances are you're not. If you're worried about what somebody said on another trading forum, which is the next one, but what other people say or think, you're psyching yourself out. You're not doing what you need to do to get your mind prepared to have a good trading session. And the biggest one, fear of failure. You can't be afraid of losing because it will make you hesitant. It will cause you to question every decision that you make. You have to let go of that. You have to realize that losing's part of the game. You just want to make sure you don't lose more than you win. Now, what are the solutions? Now we know the mistakes. You have to do whatever it takes to feel prepared and ready to trade. Whether you do yoga, meditation, run or jog, do some calisthenics, whatever it takes for you to feel prepared and ready. That's what you have to do. Feel confident. Ditto. Whatever you need to do to feel confident, whether it's thinking about how you executed certain trades perfectly in the past, so you focus on your successes rather than your failures. This will boost your confidence, so when you go to click the mouse, you click it confidently rather than hesitantly. Focus on execution. Rather than focusing on the results, you focus on execution. Did I enter that trade when I was supposed to? Yes or no? If you did, then that's a good trade. It doesn't matter whether it won or lost. That's a whole different subject. What you want to do is you want to execute perfectly. Perfect execution. You also need to prepare to cope with adversity. What are you going to do if a trade turns against you? Are you going to have that stop loss in place? What if the market just acts crazy? What are you going to do to cope with that adversity? What if you take 3 hits in a day and you lose 10% of your account? What are you going to do? You have to realize that you have to cope with adversity, especially if the first trade of the day goes against you. You don't want that first trade to just destroy your confidence. You have to be able to cope with it. It would be like somebody playing baseball. If they strike out in the first inning, well, there's still 8 more innings. They probably have another 2 or 3 at bats. You can't let that first adverse outcome affect the rest of the game, the rest of your session. You have to have a plan or strategy. If you don't, then once again, you're gambling. You have to sit down and have a written plan. As many of you know, I have my exit playbook. You know my different methods I have for entering. See, I approach things differently. I have different reasons to enter, but I have a totally separate book for exits. It doesn't matter if I do a rat trade, a buy zone trade, etc. I have a whole separate way of exiting. But that's me. I do things differently. But I do have a plan and a strategy. And last, you have to fully enter the role of the trader, meaning everything else while you're trading doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what's going on in the news. It doesn't matter what's going on outside around the world with the president, with the economy, with all the rest of things. All you're focused on is your role as a trader, which is to profit. So, I hope this helps. I hope you watch this video, maybe take some notes, see where you come up short, because these are the things you have to do before you sit down to trade. It's really important. Basically, once again, you get your mind right so you can trade at your best. So, fellow traders, I really hope this helped. Let me know. You can reply via YouTube or on one of the trading forums. And I appreciate you guys watching the videos and subscribing to the channel. And as always, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. The Rumpled One signing off.